Hi, Shelby. I am so excited to see your face this morning and introduce you to the pack. So thank you for being part of the pack today. Shelby Dusart, special education teacher, and you have something really exciting on the horizon, which is what we're going to talk about today. So hello, wonderful to see you. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Kaylee, and thank you so much for having me. I'm super, super excited. I've been following your journey for a while, so I was absolutely honored when you asked me to share a little bit of my story.
Well, I was excited for you to be here to talk about this because I think what you are doing is not only incredible, but inspiring, empowering, and all of the things that all of us need more of in our life. And I'm so grateful to people like you for putting initiatives like this forward. So, first of all, if you don't mind, give us a little bit of a background on you and then lead us into what you're doing.
Yeah, great. Sounds good. So, I am currently a special education teacher by trade, and I have three young kiddos at home. So, I'm pretty much always with kiddos.
On the go all the time.
Yes, my students are a little bit older than my kids at home. I'm in a middle school setting right now. I'm also working on my doctorate at St. John Fisher College in Rochester/Syracuse, New York area.
Mhm.
And as I was diving into my dissertation topic and my research, I was really interested in what happens for kids, students, after they leave the elementary, middle, high school, college setting. Like, where do they go? What do they do? And what I was finding is a lot of dead ends, a lot of moving back in with parents, which is fine. I'd love to have my children live with me forever, some days, some days not. Um, and a lot of entry into group homes, which is also great. It can be a super supportive place,
Mhm.
but not a lot of work opportunities. And I decided to kind of take matters into my own hands. And I tend to be pretty how do I say, I don't know, I jump right in and just make it happen if I see there's a hole. Sometimes my husband's like, "Are you sure?" But we always make it work together. So we decided to start a business called Capabilities. The reason why I decided to call it Capabilities is because not only are we going to serve some awesome coffee and some amazing crepes, because who doesn't like a good crepe and who doesn't love coffee? We really, really, really want to bring awareness to our community. We want to provide a space that promotes inclusion
Mhm.
and meets people where they are and takes their strengths and takes their abilities and shows them off and gives them the opportunity to further those skills and collect a paycheck that allows them to be proud and support themselves in a lifestyle that they wouldn't normally be able to do on their own and really be able to empower people. And
Absolutely. So
yeah.
Shelby, is this a food truck? Is this a an on-site location? What do you see for capabilities?
Yeah, so I actually went round and round when I first started this. I was like, okay, we have to find a brick and mortar. Like, where can we do this? And as I traveled around, I was like, actually, wait, pump the brakes. Let's make this mobile because if we make this mobile, we're going to bring so much more awareness. We can drive our awareness to small towns all over. Whereas if we are a brick and mortar, we're really only um, setting off the fireworks in one small community, which would be great, and it could still trickle out. So we decided to purchase a tow behind food trailer where we can pop up all over the place and you really spread the inclusion all over.
I am so excited about this because just like you said, you saw a need and you immediately jumped into action. But I know that it's going to take a village. How can we help you? How can the community rally together near and far to help make this a reality?
Absolutely. So we do have a GoFundMe page set up right now, and I can certainly send you the link to that. And I have been absolutely blown away by the support that we have received, both financially and just how can I help in the sense that, like, do you need me to sweep the floors? Do you need me to volunteer my time? What do you need? So certainly anything helps. People can volunteer to come out and hand out flyers at some of our pop-ups, or pass out merchandise, or greet customers, or volunteer support to support some of the individuals that might be working in the truck that might need a little bit of extra help. Um, we are having an event on April 17th in Central New York at the Camillus Elks Lodge. It'll run from 9 to 3, and there's going to be about 30 craft vendors and about 15 food trucks. And people can come out and get something to eat, support the local craft vendors, and everyone that's going to be at that event is donating a portion of their proceeds to Capabilities. We've been working really hard to get this off the ground, so we're excited, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that the weather is going to be nice. It can be iffy in New York. So we're excited about that. And if people just want to come up to that event and, show support that way, that would be amazing.
Oh, terrific. Tell us about some of the people that you are excited to help and include and show off their capabilities.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think there's kind of three populations that I'm doing this for. First of all, my own kids, because they are, at a really impressionable age right now. They're all elementary school and younger. And I just want them to know, as they're growing up, that you can make a difference and you can help. And it doesn't matter what your resources are, as long as you're willing to dig your heels in and, demand a change and bring people along the way. And I want them to see that their parents really fought for the best in everyone, so that they're inspired to do the same. And I want them to be the kids that sit with the kid in the lunchroom that's alone, or plays with the kid at recess that doesn't have a friend, and they watch what we're doing. And sometimes that's not a good thing, because, I'll say something and I'm like, oh, I'm frustrated, and I might curse or something. And then you hear them say it 3 days later. So they're always watching. So first and foremost, my own kids, because they're watching, and I hope that they do things like this too. Second of all, my students, because they deserve this. The students in my room right now, the students that I've had over the last 10 or 15 years, they need this and they deserve it. And for every person in our community and beyond that has been told that they don't have the capability to work or drive or take a bus or whatever the case may be, they are able, and they can do it. And we want to prove that to them. So we're really just looking to employ individuals that have no skills or some skills or 100 million skills, and just take them in and teach them and meet them where they are and help them grow.
What would you say to business owners watching right now who have not had the opportunity to hire some of these wonderful people and maybe would consider it? What would you say to them?
Differentiate. As I've worked with a lot of companies in the community, talking to them, asking questions recently, like, what is your employment policy? Are you an equal and opportunist? Like, do you hire a diverse population? A lot of them will tell you yes. Most of them will tell you yes. But then they might say things like, but they can't fill out the application, or they can't make it through the interview process. So I say, differentiate. Why does your interview process have to be written? Can it be typed? Can it be a conversation? Does it have to be a vocal interview, or could they just show you that they can do the skill that you're hiring for? I kind of give the example of, if you're hiring somebody, this is going to sound super simple, to put red buttons in one pile and blue buttons in the other. You don't need to have an hour-long verbal interview. Why not just set up two boxes, one for red buttons and one for blue buttons, and see if they can do the task?
Mhm.
So just meet people where they are.
Yeah. What has some of the feedback been from people that you've shared this business idea with, and as you're putting this in place, what has been some of the response that you've received?
Yeah, it's really been an uplifting experience for me thus far because let's face it, we're all in the middle of a pandemic
Mhm.
and we've kind of been pushed into silos, and not because people don't want to be together, but just because it's kind of what we have to do right now.
Mhm.
And this has really shown me that community is important to people. Community is one of the most important things. And at the end of the day, we are really still here for each other. And people really are good. People want to do good and they want to be good. So it's really been inspiring to me, all of the outreach, all of the kindness, because I think sometimes we get so caught in the negativity in life, and this has been the antithesis of that. Like
Mm.
people are beautiful. They really want to do good.
I think this is such an inspiring initiative because there are so many wonderful humans out there who have different skill sets but everybody has something to bring
Mhm.
to the table. And I wish that I were closer because I would be there for a grape and a coffee without a doubt. But it doesn't matter where you're watching. I mean, I think just even the simple act of sharing this initiative or being inspired yourself to do something to help a group of people who need us and who have something of value to bring to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
What do you hope for this in the future? Where do you see this going? And how do you see it impacting these individuals that you're going to hire?
Yeah, definitely. So I have a couple different visions. First of all, I would love down the road to, purchase a second truck and be
Mhm.
able to be in more than one location at once, because that's kind of what we're looking at right now is somebody's requesting a time or a space and we're already booked. So I would love to do that. I would also love to create a brick and mortar, because the limitation of the truck, while it brings mobile awareness, there's only so much space
Yep.
inside the actual truck. So I would love to have a brick and mortar because it would allow for us to employ even more people.
Mhm.
And it would also allow for people to advance their skills. So if they're trained to do X, Y, and Z in the truck, perhaps maybe they have really soared and exceeded expectations and are ready for more responsibility or to move on. And creating that brick and mortar space, growing the business will allow for additional positions, maybe not just in food service, but maybe in marketing or merchandising or accounting. Or obviously, as a business grows, there's more need for those supports. So I'm hoping we get there someday.
Oh, Shelby, you are just incredible. I want to help in any way that I can, and I know that the whole pack will as well. So I'm going to share below all of your information, all the information to the truck and capabilities and different ways that people can help. I'm so grateful for your time and just for you inspiring me on a personal level today. I'm so grateful.
Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for having me. And I look forward to chatting with you more in the future.
Me too. Thank you, Shelby.